Just as important as it is to actually choose the right colors to use for your designs inside of your website, it's also important to be able to control those colors when you need to make changes. Now, Illustrator has a fantastic feature called Recolor Artwork, and I want to show you how you can use it to modify colors across an entire website design. Now, the important thing to realize about the Recolor Artwork feature is that it works on artwork that is currently selected. So the first thing I want to do, I don't want to change the colors of the logos itself that are here. So I'm actually going to go ahead now and select the two logos here and choose Object Lock. I'm going to choose Lock Selection, Command 2 or Control 2 with the keyboard shortcuts for that. So now if I hit Command A or Control A to select all, everything is selected now except for those two logos. Now the feature that I'm working with right now called Recolor Artwork works on all types of artwork that's created inside of Illustrator, but it doesn't work on images, so I don't need to worry about the images changing here at all. If you want to change the colors inside of an image, that's something that you'll need to do inside of a program like Photoshop, for example. But for here, I'm selecting everything, and I can go up to this little icon on my control panel called Recolor Artwork. Alternatively, I can go to the Edit menu, choose Edit Colors, and then choose Recolor Artwork here as well. I'm going to go back over here to this little icon and click on it, and this opens up the Recolor Artwork dialog box. Now, if you'll notice here inside of my design, I have some colors that I'm using, and I feel like I may be using too many colors, and I want to add more consistency to my design. In fact, right now, I have some text over here, especially over here inside of the sidebars, that I'm coloring with some kind of a dark or deep blue color. And then I also have a blue color that's using this gradient, which is in the background. And I want to make sure that they're using the same consistent color. So when I open up the Recolor Artwork dialog box now with all this artwork selected, Illustrator tells me that I currently have 41 colors in my selection. And if I scroll down this list, I actually see a list of all these colors. And basically what's happening is here that each of these color rows are letting me know that this current color right now will change into a new color that I specify. Now by default, Illustrator just remaps each color back to itself again because it doesn't know really what I want to change it to. The first thing that I want to do though is quickly identify where these colors exist inside of my file. If I click on this little icon over here, this magnifying glass, it grays out all of my artwork. And now, whenever I click on any of these colors, those colors now appear highlighted in the document so I can see exactly where that color is being used. Now, if I scroll down a little bit in this list over here to some of these darker colors, and I click on this one, for example, I can see that this color is currently being used for this background, for the headers, and for some of the text here as well. But I also want that exact same color to be used with the gradient that appears in the background over here as well. And if I scroll down the list a little bit more and I click on some more of these colors, I can see that this color right here is actually being used in that gradient. So what I want to do is I want to actually combine these two together and have them all become one single color. The easy way to do that is simply take this color right here and drag it into this color. This means now that I'm telling Illustrator to take both of these colors right here and combine them together to represent a new color. Now by default, Illustrator tries to simulate that by specifying different tint values of that color, but I'm going to click on this little pop-up over here and choose a different colorization method, something called exact. In other words, I want these two colors to change to this one exact color. When I do that, I can now click on the Recolor Art button here, and I can see that Illustrator now is taking that same dark or deep blue color that's being applied to the text, and it also goes ahead and adds that to the gradient itself. So I don't even have to go ahead and modify the gradient otherwise. This happens directly here through the Recolor Artwork dialog box. I'm now going to click OK, and I've been able to make a change very easily across my entire website.